Hey y'all, I'm back with a process video for the Hip Kit Club, and this time I'm going to be creating a traveler's notebook and completing 3 pages. So I started with a piece of the pattern paper from one of the Pink Fresh Studio collections, and this came in either our paper kit or our main kit, whichever one. And I just cut it down to about 9 by 8 1/4, I believe, and I'm just going to score that right in the middle. I actually end up scoring it at 4 1/4 instead of 4 1/2, and so which is half of 9, obviously, and so I just had to cut off the little excess, which is not that big of a deal. So I've made a couple of traveler's notebooks, and they don't always turn out great, and I think it's because I add way too much paper, and number one, and number two, I just don't trim it correctly. And so this time I decided to kind of do it a little bit differently. And so the first thing I'm going to do is trim the paper to the size of the actual traveler's notebook. Now, understand when you fold the paper, and I'm using printer paper, it's just like typical copy paper. It might be a tad bit thicker than regular copy paper because I went for like the biggest poundage that they had whenever I bought this a while back. But anyway, so I'm cutting it to the size of the actual traveler's notebook and folding it right in half, and you'll see that some of it sticks out, and I'm going to end up trimming it, but I did this because I wanted to have more rather than less. And it won't be that big of a deal because I'll just end up trimming that down. But the trick for me personally was just to go ahead and cut it to the correct size, or go ahead and cut it to what I think will be the correct size, and then trim it later and do a few at a time. So now I figured out, okay, I put it in my notebook and I've squished it pretty tight and folded it pretty tight. And now I've just made 2 little marks on each end that kind of signify like where I need to trim it down. So now it's perfectly cut. It's going to fit perfectly. And I just remembered that I actually wanted to add a piece of vellum somewhere in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, cut it down to size. And I ended up actually cutting it way too big. I think I've measured it wrong, actually. I measured it way too tall, so I ended up cutting it several times. And it's going to be a little shorter, but that's okay because I like the fact that it's going to be like a little bit of a different texture and different size. Now, one thing that's super fun about traveler's notebooks is you can make them if you have paper, basically. And number two, you can add in different textures. So you can add in pocket pages, or you can add in envelopes, or you can add in like greeting cards or whatever you want to make it look pretty fun. If you guys are interested in seeing a video like that, I will for sure share that. So what you didn't see me do is sew it because I don't have a machine like set up to where I can film it. And so all I did was like turn it upside down, and well, so I didn't sew from the inside out. I sewed from the outside in. So basically, the pretty side is on the outside of the book. So if that makes sense, and you can really do it however you want, just as long as you sew in the spine of the book, basically. So I used the alpha stickers from these are exclusive from the kit to just spell out my heart. So I've been kind of having some struggles with, number one, my baby starting daycare, and number two, just her becoming 2 years old. I love this age. I think it's so sweet, and because they talk and it's funny. I mean, she makes me laugh all day long. But I'm sad that she's not really like in the baby stage anymore, although she'll be my baby forever. But I I found some old pictures of her, and you probably, if you've been following me a while, you probably remember me talking about how I lost all of her baby photos, like on my computer. Something happened to my computer one day, and I lost all of the photos that I had taken of her, which now has led me to like have backup after backup. But that's beside the point. So I found these old photos. Good thing I had some I had already had some documented in my project life and stuff like that. So we were good there. But I found some extra photos that I wanted to document and have its own like special place so that I could just go back and look whenever I wanted to see pictures of when she was really little. So I have several photos of like when she was born. I don't want to say several. I have a few from when she was born that are printed, that are extra, and they're not really great quality, to be honest. I mean, it was dark in the room, and well, it was sort of dark, but just the pictures aren't great quality, just in general. And so I don't really care about that though, because it's really just like the memories and looking back and that kind of thing. So I wanted to go ahead and scrap those, and I'm using a lot of The, let me think, the Little by Little collection by Shimelle Lane. Actually, that's the majority of what I'm using, besides those exclusive alphas. Even the washi tape on the front part of the page, or on the front page, is from Little by Little, and then I use like a little exclusive puppy sticker. And I do use a couple of exclusive products, but that's pretty much all that I use, are those two collections, or the one by Hip Kit Club, and then also the Little by Little collection by Shimelle Lane. So I'm just adding some different pieces of ephemera. I really wanted to use up the Little by Little ephemera, and I think that collection is perfect for these pictures that I'm documenting. And again, this is kind of just a playful traveler's notebook. It's not really, it's meaningful for me, but it's not really, I don't really have a end goal of like where I'm going with this. I just kind of want to add baby pictures of her, and that's it. I don't really have like necessarily stories to tell, because a lot of these are documented in Project Life. I don't really need to put like how much she weighed and that kind of thing, because I have all of that documented in Project Life, like I said. These are just kind of for my, just when I want to pull out something small and like look back and just reminisce, this is what this is for. And I love that it's just like, I could even carry it with me, although that's like slightly creepy. But anyway, I guess it's not if I'm her parent, but that's funny if I were to like carry it with me and pull it out whenever I needed to. But anyway, all that to say is that it's small enough to where it's compact and you can just kind of pull it out, or like put it in your living room and set it on a coffee table or whatever. So anyway, I got really off topic. So I just added the date that I took that picture, or that somebody took that picture, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this super quick process video. Let me know if you have any questions, or if there's anything I didn't answer, because I totally rambled today. Let me know, and I will try to get back to you guys. Talk to you later.